Within the U.S. Department of Agriculture is the Foreign Agricultural Service. Their work is now more important than ever as the world faces high levels of food insecurity. Daniel Whitley is the administrator of the agency. Daniel, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So explain on a very broad level the mission of your agency.
Sure. So the Foreign Agricultural Service is the international arm of USDA. We represent the interest of American agriculture worldwide. Over 20% of all agricultural production is destined for exports. So given that, we have a network of diplomats, foreign service officers who serve in 100 countries, and their mission is to be the eyes, the ears, and the voices of American agriculture to promote U.S. ag products.
One of the areas hardest hit by the global food crisis is East Africa. Your agency has two different food assistance projects operating in that region. The first is called the McGovern-Dole program. Tell us about that.
Yes, and this is one of our signature programs named after two senators who saw the value in food and food security for all of our citizens worldwide. The McGovern-Dole program is a school feeding program targeting developing countries that are food deficit. This program really, in many instances, is the only meal that these students get a day. And so I had a chance to visit one of these sites last month in Ethiopia, Kenya. And I can tell you, if you've never visited one of these sites, it is probably the most moving experience of my entire career. We actually had the opportunity to visit with the students, spend a little time with them, and to see the appreciation they have for American agriculture, our farmers, our ranchers, all of our producers was absolutely fascinating. So it is a key effort we have toward food security.
You know, I'm curious as to how much do they know that this is coming from the United States and how much they appreciate that it is aid coming from America?
Well, we have posts in the area that help implement these programs along with our implementing partners. Our implementing partner there is the World Food Program. So we're able to partner and provide technical assistance. It's not just the food, but we help with the facilities, we help with the serving of the food, we help with making sure that the food is served properly and it's safe. So we do a lot in conjunction with providing the food.
Another program you have is called Food for Progress. What's that about?
That is a monetization program. So that's a program where we donate ag commodities to a country and they sell those commodities for cash. And then that cash is used to improve the infrastructure, used to improve the food systems, used to improve their knowledge of food safety, to help create an environment where we can export and sell more products into that country.
And about how many countries are you operating in?
So we operate in about 8 or 9 new awards every year. They're usually 5-year contracts. So you're usually talking about between 40 and 50 projects going on every single year.
And what does the American taxpayer get in return for all this?
Well, that's very interesting. If you think about it, exports support 7,550 jobs for every $1 billion we export. So last year we set a record in exports at $196 billion. So that's 196 times a billion jobs. And that's a lot for the farm economy, the rural economy, and ultimately the national economy.
The current food crisis is hitting a lot of countries.
Absolutely.
Do you have the resources necessary to really combat that crisis and make a difference?
You know, I think we do. I think it's a whole of government approach in this administration. We work closely with USAID, State Department, other departments around town, and there's a number of programs and a number of efforts. Obviously, the war in Ukraine has certainly exacerbated the issue, but through our innovation, through our technology, through trade, we're able to do our part and help resolve. But there's always things that we can do to help resolve the issue.
Well, you mentioned trade, because that's another part of your mission is increasing trade between the U.S. and other countries in agricultural and food products. Tell us about the Market Access Program.
So the MAP program is a marketing and promotion program. Agriculture is no different than any other commodities. You have to promote it, you have to advertise it, you have to brand it. So we get roughly $200 million annually from Congress that we receive matching funds from the private sector to go around the world and promote U.S. agricultural products. That leads to the success that we've achieved, like the $196 billion in record exports this year.
You mentioned visiting Kenya. Tell me about some of your other travels and the impact that you've seen for this work.
You know, the pandemic really put a lull into a number of our programs. So this was our first year operating trade missions and trade shows. This year we visited Dubai. We visited Manila, Philippines. We went to London. We just finished up a trip to Spain, and we went to Kenya, 5 trade missions. We had over 1,300 business-to-business meetings. We took over 100 agribusinesses, and we recorded almost $50 million in first-year sales. So to say that we've come back with a roar would be an understatement. We're super excited to be back in business.
So tell me about what you're going to be doing in 2023.
So next year, we're going to get things started in March, taking a group to Panama, and we'll follow that up with the Netherlands and Japan. So we're excited to be able to access our partners in Central America in the Panama trade mission, and then we'll visit the Netherlands and visit our partners in Europe and round out head into Asia and go to Japan late spring.
You know, I'm just curious, Daniel, about your personal background and how you found yourself heading the Foreign Agricultural Service.
Yeah, so I'm a double Ag Econ kid. I received an Ag Econ degree, my bachelor's from Southern University in Baton Rouge, and my master's from LSU in Baton Rouge. And USDA is the only employer I've ever had. I had 2 internships in undergrad and started in the Foreign Ag Service back in 2001 and have loved it and enjoyed it ever since. So just really enjoyed working on something that is so valuable to all of mankind.
And do you see the food insecurity crisis getting better in 2023? What are we looking at here?
Well, I do think we are working to improve relationships with our trading partners, with those who understand the value that trade has on addressing food security. We're advancing science, technology, and innovation each and every single day to, again, address where food security concerns are most prevalent. And hopefully we'll get some traction in those areas and we'll bring down some of those food insecurity concerns.
All right, Daniel, nice to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future Government Matters interviews.